I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day.
Chiu finally speaks about Paulo Avelino's cold treatment, the real story behind the talk that stirred showbiz. Welcome to Stardom Scoop, Glowing Star, where we dive deep into the dazzling world of celebrity news, exclusive gossip, and the untold stories behind your favorite stars. If you love keeping up with the latest in Hollywood, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for all the juicy updates. For weeks, fans of Chiu and Paulo Avelino, known together as KimPau, have been talking non-stop. Every movement, every glance, every interview clip of the two has been dissected and analyzed. What once looked like an unshakable tandem filled with chemistry and natural connection suddenly appeared distant to some observers. People began asking, Bakit parang lumamig si Paulo kay Kim? The rumor started from simple fan observations, less eye contact during interviews, fewer playful moments on set, and a quiet, almost withdrawn energy from Paulo. In a world where body language becomes headline material, that was enough to spark a wildfire of speculation. Suddenly, the internet was buzzing with questions. Was something wrong? Were they fighting? Or was it just the pressure from the spotlight? As usual, both remained silent at first. Paulo stayed true to his calm, composed persona, avoiding any direct reaction to the gossip. Kim, known for her cheerful and open personality, chose to keep things light, focusing on her ongoing projects and interviews. But silence can sometimes make things louder, and fans were restless. Finally, after weeks of non-stop talk, Chiu decided to address the issue once and for all. It happened during an interview after one of her live shows. The mood was casual, but when a reporter bravely brought up the question, Kim, maraming nagsasabi na parang malamig da si Paulo sa'yo lately. Todo ba ito? The atmosphere shifted slightly. Everyone leaned closer, waiting for her reaction. Kim took a deep breath before responding, her trademark composure still visible, despite the sensitive question. Alam mo, she said softly, normal naman siguro na mayamga times na tahimik, mayamga days na parang malayo. Hindi naman ibig sabayan na may problema agad. Her words were calm but full of meaning. She didn't deny what people noticed, but she also didn't feed into the drama. Her tone reflected maturity, something that comes from years of experience in the entertainment industry. She continued, Minsan kasi yung taulang, bagad, maraming inisip. Si Paulo, kaila ko na yan. Tahimik talaga siya minsan, pero hindi ibig sabayan na may tension o lamig. That's just how he is. It was the kind of statement that immediately eased some of the tension. Fans who were worried felt a sense of relief. Kim, as always, handled it gracefully, direct, honest, but still protective of her co-star. In the days that followed, more details began to surface, and it became clearer that there was no feud between the two, only exhaustion, overlapping schedules, and the natural rhythm of two busy artists trying to balance fame and personal space. Insiders who worked with both Kim and Paulo on the Alibi shared how intense their filming schedule had been. They were both under a lot of pressure, said one staff member. After the Alibi became such a big hit, the expectations skyrocketed. Kim had to attend multiple media events, and Paulo was doing back-to-back interviews and tapings. Lahat sila pagod. Another production crew member recalled, there were days when Paulo barely got enough rest before coming to set. Minsan tahimik lang siya, pero si Kim laging cheerful, laging nagayos ang mood sa paligid. They really balanced each other out. That balance, between Paulo's quiet energy and Kim's bright personality, has always been part of what made KimPau so appealing to fans. But in the world of showbiz, even the smallest difference in energy can be misinterpreted. When Kim was asked in a follow-up interview if she ever felt affected by the rumors, she smiled knowingly. At first, medyo nakakatawa kasi parang bilis mag-asumang mga tao, she said. Pero after a while, I realized na it comes from love. Kasi kung hindi sila nagmamalasakit, hindi nila mapapansin yung ganon. She added, pero sana din, people understand that hindi kami robots. Minsan we need quiet days, minsan gusto lang naman ang space. It doesn't mean na nagkakalabuan or may issue. Kim's answer showed not just kindness but also emotional intelligence. She understood the public's curiosity, but also defended their right to have personal space, even as public figures. Meanwhile, Paulo, who usually avoids addressing rumors, was eventually asked about Kim's comments. True to his nature, he gave a brief but sincere answer. Si Kim kasi, very expressive siya. Ako naman, tahimik lang minsan. Pero wala namang problema. Okay Kami. Baka masyado lang nabibigyan ng meaning yung tahimik moments. That short statement said everything it needed to say. Paulo's calm reassurance matched Kim's earlier clarification. Together, their words painted a picture of mutual understanding, not conflict. However, what truly silenced the rumors was what happened next. During a press event for the Alibi's success celebration, Kim and Paulo appeared together. From the moment they entered, it was clear there was no awkwardness between them. They laughed at jokes, exchanged smiles, and answered questions side by side. One journalist even noted that Kim playfully nudged Paulo at one point and said, "Oh, baka sabay nila malamig, ka na naman diyan." The crowd laughed, and Paulo, slightly embarrassed but smiling, replied, "Mainit naman na." That lighthearted moment became viral online, with fans commenting, "See? Wala talagang issue. They're perfectly fine." Behind the scenes, those who worked closely with them shared that Kim and Paulo's bond had only grown stronger through the rumors. "They communicate better now," said a close production assistant. Kim learned to give Paulo space when he needs it, and Paulo appreciates that Kim always tries to understand him instead of judging him. And perhaps that's what sets them apart as a tandem: mutual respect. They may come from different personalities, Kim, ever energetic and talkative, Paulo, reserved and introspective, but they found a rhythm that works. They don't force chemistry, they let it flow naturally. Kim later reflected on how she's learned to deal with public assumptions over the years. Dati affected ako sa mga sinasabi ang tao, she admitted. Pero natutunan ko na hindi mo naman mako-control lahat. Ang mahalaga, alam mo yung todo. Alam mo yung relasyon mo sa mga taong importante sa'yo. When asked if she had ever talked to Paulo directly about the issue, Kim smiled and said, "Of course. Natawa nga kami perho. Sabi niya, wala naman akong ginagawa. Sabi ko, yun ko sa kanila, sila yata yung malamig." We just laughed about it. That moment of humor showed the real state of their relationship: steady, comfortable, and genuine. Despite the endless eyes watching them, they've managed to keep things simple between them. But behind Kim's calm public demeanor, there's also an undeniable sense of care. Those who know her personally say she has a soft spot for Paulo, not in a romantic sense, necessarily, but as a trusted co-star and friend. She often checks on him between shoots, makes sure he eats, and tries to lift the mood when things get too serious. One director from the Alibi described Kim as the sunshine of the set and Paulo as the quiet anchor. When they work together, he said, Kim brings the energy, Paulo brings the depth. That's why their tandem works. Walang competition, walang ego. Just pure teamwork. After Kim's public clarification, the noise online slowly faded. The trending hashtags were replaced with new excitement for their upcoming appearances. Their fans began posting more positive content, throwback clips, old interviews, and sweet behind-the-scenes moments. Still, Kim's statement remains one of the most talked about moments in recent showbiz news, not because it was dramatic, but because it was genuine. She didn't try to defend Paulo too aggressively, nor did she dismiss the fans' feelings. Instead, she spoke truthfully, balancing transparency with empathy. It's this authenticity that has always made Kim one of the most beloved actresses in the Philippines. Even after more than a decade in showbiz, she remains relatable, grounded despite fame, humble despite success. In the end, the issue about Paulo's supposed coldness turned out to be nothing more than a misunderstanding fueled by overanalysis. But it also became an opportunity to see the real strength of the KimPau connection: communication, respect, and genuine care. When asked during another event how she manages to stay positive amid constant scrutiny, Kim smiled and said, "Sanay na ako. People will always talk, but as long as you're true to yourself, okay ka na. Hindi mo kailangan patchanayan sa lahat kung anong meron kayo. Alam no naman sa izetiza kung ano yung todo." Those words summed up the essence of her personality: strong yet gentle, always choosing understanding over confrontation. As for Paulo, his actions spoke louder than words. Not long after the issue died down, he was spotted attending one of Kim's events quietly, showing support as he always had. Fans who saw them together said there was nothing cold about their interaction, just two people comfortable in each other's company, moving past rumors with quiet confidence. In the end, Kim's decision to speak wasn't just about clearing a rumor, it was about reminding everyone that relationships, whether friendship, partnership, or something deeper, are not defined by how often you see smiles or laughter on camera. They're defined by trust, by the quiet understanding that exists even when the world misreads the silence. And as the lights dimmed on yet another day in the ever-watchful world of showbiz, one thing became certain: no rumor, no misunderstanding, and no moment of quiet could ever take away the genuine connection that Chiu and Paulo Avelino share, one built not on performance, but on real respect. Thanks for tuning in to Stardom Scoop. If you enjoyed our deep dive into the latest celebrity drama, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more juicy updates. What do you think about Paulo and Kim's situation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, keep shining and stay in the know with Stardom Scoop.